Hi there guys, my name is Barry and welcome to episode 6 of One Man and His Boat. In today's episode we're going to be looking at fitting the deck beams to this lovely little Orkney Longliner of ours, the Barry B. But before we get on with that, we might have some excellent news about our brand new Cygnus 21 that's due for arrival anytime soon. So stay tuned for that guys. So without further ado, let's get on with the show! So guys, what we're going to do first? Well, for one thing, we really need to sort the inside of the boat out. Come and have a look at this mess. I've not had a chance to tidy anything up, so we've got bits of crap lying over the deck, it needs a good brush up, blah blah blah, so we can see what we're doing first. And then we can actually start sorting out these deck beams, get them in where they should be going, and then we'll go through there and I'll go through each deck beam as is. So, here we go! Right guys, that's it actually all cleaned up, and now we're on to sorting these beams out. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to fit today, so they're in kind of relatively the right place where I want them to go. However, I've just got to double check with the measurements and make sure everything fits correctly. Once we've got that out the road, then we'll actually go on to the beams themselves, because they need a little bit of work before we actually start fixing them properly to the bottom of the hull. Right guys, what we're going to have to do first, before we actually measure up the beams, because I can't see anything with these extra bits, these extra pieces on the rib itself. What we're going to do is we're going to take these off so I can get a proper marry up with our measurements. So what I'm going to do is mark a line on these extra beams, mark exactly what extra beam goes on what beam, and then we'll take them off. Another reason for drawing the line is that's where our fiberglass is going to go up to anyway. It's not going to get held on by much. We're going to come along here for the side of the hull and then stop it there, because this is drainage. This is where your extra water goes in from underneath the boat. So it's just from here to here we're going to glass, and then maybe here to there. So let's go on with that then guys. Now that we've got them stripped down guys, let's get them measured up. Right guys, that's us measured up the first beam, and as with all boat building, things haven't went according to plan with the first measurements that I done when I first laid the keel line, and then I took a measurement across the way for my first set of beams. Because we're taking everything from the bulkhead now, because that's your accurate measurement, it is a little bit off. I'll give you a quick look at this. Excuse the camera work once again guys. It's very faint, but there's your centre line for the middle of the boat. That's where it was before, and this is where it is now. So as you can see, it's a good bit out, but we'll make do. It's level, it's square, so I'm happy at that. Right, what we've got to do next. Right, because we have our series of sections marked out, what we do is we get the grinder and we go on the outside of the black line, and we get all nice and buffed up, all nice and clean, wipe down with acetone, and then we'll able to cut the sheets for the fiberglass matting itself, so we can work it out how much we need from the bottom of the line, from the extra beams to where we need to go on the deck. Right guys, before we're actually going on to fitting the deck beams themselves, there's a wee bit I want to talk to you about. It's basically called stress fractures. Now stress fractures is when two pieces meet together on the hull, i.e. I'll show you in a second. When you've got your rib here, and it's actually directly to the hull itself. Now what will happen is, with the weight of your body on the deck, it actually bounces, if you know what I mean. And the same when the boat's punching, because the boat's always moving, it's always twisting, it's always doing all sorts of things. You can never make a fiberglass boat actually solid, because it's actually amazing how it works with the aquatics of the sea. So, right, I'll show you what a stress fracture is. There's plenty of them on the Barry B. That's what she gets for being an old girl. Hold on, I'll need to work on my focus here guys. Where are you? Here we are. I don't know if you can see this little crack that looks like a star. Now that's a stress fracture. That's exactly what we're talking about. Now, in order to fix that, you've got to dig it out a wee bit and then fill it back in with more glass and stuff like that. And if you looked at every single bit of stress fracture on an old boat, you'd be there forever. You're just as quick making a new boat, sorry. So there we go guys. I'll go more into depth when we actually come to fit the beams themselves, okay? So we've now got our first beam marked and placed. What do we do for the second beam? Well, basically, because we're taking it all from the front bulkhead, you've got double the chance to measuring up here. You can take your first measurement from the bulkhead to your next beam, and that'll give you quite an accurate measurement, and then you can take your second from your first beam itself. Now the first beam is obviously married up to the bulkhead, so you've got the double the umbrella, shall we say, to make sure your measurements are correct. Right guys, what I'm actually doing here is checking to make sure that everything is in line horizontally. As you can see, there's a small gap on a couple of the ribs. Now that actually means that we'll have to take this rib here down just a little tad, just to make everything all nice and flush. Because it's fine that this way, but when you go to these two ribs, it's too high. So it's obviously this culprit here. So what we'll do is we'll take it off, we'll have a wee attack with it with the grinder, try and take it down a couple of mil, and then hopefully it'll line up properly, and then we're good to go. Right guys, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a small bevel. Oh, excuse Farmer Stuart with the noise, he's mucking out today. There's a small bevel on each end with the shape of the hull itself. Now when you're taking millimetres off, you've got to actually remember which way the bevel goes, because if no, you're in a world of hurt. If no, there's a lot of adjustment afterwards. And you can see where the beams have been lying on the boat as well. I've just been contacting that little bit and this little bit, so we'll have to adjust this as well. So, time to get the grinder on. Yeehaw! Right guys, we've already talked about stress fractures on the vessel itself. Now the way to combat this is actually put a layer between your beam itself and the boat. Now there's 2 or 3 ways you can do that. Some people like to use like a insulating board, but I can see a problem with that straight away. The insulating board is not meant for using fiberglass resin, because what will happen, there'll be the chemical reaction between the insulating board and the resin, and basically the insulating board will just melt. You'll be lucky if there's anything left in between once the time it takes for the resin to set. But what you can do is use our good old friend Mr. Sikaflex, the usual, or do what I'm going to do, is put a small piece of rubber in between. I'll show you this. She's the old man getting up. There we go. Now all it is an old bit of dart mat. It's not even about what, 2 mil, 3 mil, and then we'll put that in between there. We'll put the deck beam on. In fact, I tell you what, I'm going to Sikaflex it as well. I'm going to Sikaflex in here, put the rubber on in there, Sikaflex over the top, and then the back of that, and then push it down. Get it in place, and then that'll be ready for the fiberglassing. Now for a straight 90-degree angle, what we're going to have to do here, fiberglass matting doesn't really like to do that, so what we normally do is put a little beading catalloy in there, and then round that off, and then it'll give it just a nice curvature for the glass to sit on. But that's maybe I'll chance my luck and try and actually get it down and across, because we're not working with big bits. Okay, so let's get on with that then, guys. Right guys, I don't actually have to cut the heavy glass matting because I forgot I had some of this, some tape. It's 100mm tape that I had for fitting the bulkheads, so we're going to use that to actually fit the ribs now. That's all the sheets cut for the beams. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tidy up all around the beams themselves with the grinder, get it all nice and cleaned up, and then that'll be us ready for fiberglass and the actual beams to the hull itself. Right guys, wee top tip. Once again, we can't state enough on your PPE for when you're dealing with fiberglass, because the fibres in the dust can do such long-term damage. So always remember, wear your respirator, your goggles and your ear defence when you're ever doing work with not just fiberglass, anything really. Always wear your PPE, because it'll only take a split second to really damage your body. It is soft after all. Right then, let's get on with this grinding. Right guys, it's time to rock and roll with the fiberglassing. Just need to get everything up, prepped up, the resin's ready to rock and roll, sheets are ready, mastic's ready, and basically let's get on with the show. Right guys, there we go. We're all glassed in. A wee bit of Secret Flex as well. All 5 ribs. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to wait about 24 hours and then basically see how we've come on. We'll probably just do a wee tidy up with the sanding and that'll be it done. Now unfortunately this will be the second last video from the Barry B just for now. Don't get too excited because big announcement, our new boat has actually got a delivery date. We just found out halfway through this video. So yeah, we've 11th of July, that's when we're getting her. So she'll be in place of the Barry B. So I've only got a couple of weeks left, so just enough to finish the Barry B off, get a few odd jobs done, which I will film because it's all to do with the Lindsay B. And then we're going to film the Barry B going out to where she needs to be for the next couple of months until we get the new boat all sorted out. So that'll be interesting, that'll be fun. So a bit busy couple of weeks ahead guys. So there you have it guys, that's the end of episode 6. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Do the usual, leave a comment below, subscribe to our channel and please tick that notification bell. That'll let you know exactly when our next video is out. So until next video guys, cheers for now.